Hey guys, it's Melissa again. Just checking in with you. It has been a week. I just got home a little bit ago from actually about 2 hours ago, a little over 2 hours ago from my classes. I needed a little bit of a break before I did this one. This class was a little bit heavier than the previous class, which I intended was gonna happen. We went over a lot of what we focused on today was sexual abuse, and the behaviors that happen that are normal in general with children, and then behaviors that you might see that are not normal and to look out for, that could possibly show signs of sexual abuse. When they say that you're gonna have a lot of paperwork, I'm just getting ready to show you everything. You're going to have a lot of paperwork. I knew we were going to have a lot of paperwork, but I had no idea it meant this much paperwork in one day. One day, y'all. One day. So this is a income and expense statement, which I have to fill out and have done next week. This is a survey kind of thing on here that I need to do. You have homework that might just be reading poems or reading stories, or so like this one is a poem about a foster parent and a child. This is Tyler Perry's Traumatic Childhood. I have to read over that and learn that. This is homework. It's Darkness to Light. It's child sexual abuse statistics. This is the agenda from the second half of the day, just so you can see how thick it is. And it's front and back. It's several pages, front and back. This is from the first part of the day. I also have to take a HIPAA training, and actually I lied. This is from the first week, so that's not included in that paperwork. This is our Pride book. So this is session 1. We're gonna have a total of 8, I believe. So here's 1. There's all sorts of stuff in here. And then here's session 8. They're not giving them to us in order. So it's almost like your own little, like, they call it, you're gonna have your own foster Bible. So I thought that was kind of funny. And this is Johnson's Continuum. It gave us, what we had to do with this today was we had to go over normal sexual exploration of kids, and like just the different things, and then at the end they gave us a couple scenarios, example 1 through 6, and we had broke up into sections or groups of 6. We had 6 groups of 6, and we had to give this and then tell them what we would put them under, and as to why would we choose that and all that. Sorry, my hair is all caked because I threw it up in a ponytail halfway through the day because I was just ready for it to be up. But I will say today's class was great, and it was fun, and it had its really eye-opening experiences. And I think these classes are 100% good that we do these. But I will say, this class, today, in and of itself, just today, has really made me open my eyes to the families. It makes my heart break because it takes one little tiny bad decision. How many bad decisions do we make in a lifetime? Several. All it takes is one small thing to happen, and then it leads to bigger things. And there was an example that they used, but it's in a really long example, and long story short was his dad lost his job and got upset, rightfully so. He lost his job not due to anything bad, just he got laid off. Like, it wasn't bad, but he was the provider for the family. The mom stayed at home with their 2 kids. And it was just one thing after another, and they ended up losing their kids. And you always think, how horrible are these parents that lose their kids? And yes, there are stories of parents treating their kids horribly wrong, and just in utter disgust. But then there's families who just need a little help. And it's like, this happens, and then it's like, okay, here is a huge stack of papers. This is what you need to get done in order to get your children back. You need to go to anger management, go to mental health counseling, go to couples counseling with your wife, go visit your kids once a week, get a job, get a vehicle, because in the story he totaled his car. And so they had no vehicle. So they needed to get a vehicle. He needed to go to drug and alcohol school or classes, parenting classes, while maintaining a job and trying to get a job. And I don't know about you, but I know my job that I've worked at for 3 years, they're not going to let me get off work every single day for an hour early, or go in late an hour early, or 30 minutes late. Like, it's just not going to happen. Because so like this dad is trying everything to get his job back, or to get his kids back, but when he has to find a job, do 6 counselings a week with also no money ahead of time, because they haven't had a job and he's got to get a job, and so their money's tight. And so instead, we need to look back and say, okay, was it a parenting mistake? Do you really need to take parenting classes? Or is it more anger management? Because nothing happened until you got angry. So maybe if we take care of the anger, you might, maybe parenting isn't there. So don't make him do parenting classes at the beginning. And this is just to get supervised, or to get unsupervised visits in his home. It's not to just throw the kids right back into it. This is just to get unsupervised visits at his home, or at their home with the mom. And so it's like, okay, probably not parenting classes. And drinking classes, no, maybe an alcohol and drug assessment, but in the background there was no issues prior to this very first incident that would show signs of alcohol or drug abuse. And I don't want to disclose too much, because I don't really think this was an actual real story. I think it was just an example for us, but this just it's a good example. And it's like, do they really need to do couples counseling right now? Or maybe they both need to get their mental health back on track. And then once they get their individual stuff, then they can do that. So she just broke it down by, let's let them do step by step. Because if you throw a whole pack of information to them and say, get this done, then you can have your kids back. And then it's just overwhelming, there's no way I can get that done. And so instead, they're going to break it down in pieces and say, okay, in order for you to get unsupervised visits for your child, you have to go through anger management class. You have to go through mental health counseling. You also have to find a job, and you need to visit your kids, and maybe have a drug or an alcohol assessment rather than full on classes. Because maybe if they do the assessment, maybe they will realize that he might need classes on that, but since it was only a one-time thing with the alcohol or drug thing, then it might not be an actual issue. And it was alcohol, it wasn't drugs, just so everyone knows. But it's just like, it gives me a lot of empathy towards getting your kids back, because we're adults, we make mistakes. And no, I don't think anyone wakes up in the morning and thinks, all right, I'm gonna slap my kid today, or all right, I'm gonna punch him in his face, or oh, I'm just not gonna feed my kids. Like, no one wakes up and starts their day like that. And these parents have problems and they just need some help. And if I can love on these kids and give them the satisfaction of love and want and to feel safe, like, that's my ultimate goal, is I want them to feel safe. I don't know. There was just so many things today that has just really opened my eyes to the family aspect of it, and to work as a team and not just me being a mom. Which obviously I know going into fostering, it's not me being a mom, because I'm not their mom. I am for a short amount of time, but when you think of their whole lifespan, I'm not going to be their mom. Like, and so I just kind of had to like humble myself a little bit today in class, and just, I don't know, it's awesome and it's amazing. I love the fact that they are giving families second chances. And yes, there are some cases where parents' rights are taken off, and that's when they go into adoption. They don't go through they try not to put them through the in and out of placement homes. And most people, Florida tries to get the kids in and out, or find a placement, full-on placement within a year, whether that's back with their family or if that's putting them into the adoption process, or the parents signing their rights away, or anything like that. They try to have it to where they don't exceed a home for more than a year. However, there are times where that is different. It looks like I have a red mark like right here, but it could have been because I was crying earlier. So anyways, that's one thing. After my class today, I just got in my car and I just cried, because I'm just like, these kids are so broken. And these parents, like, could you imagine losing your children over losing your job? Like, obviously, losing his job did not make him lose his kids, but because of him losing a job, made all these other emotions come into play. And I don't know, I don't know. It's just a lot. And I don't really know where to go from here, guys. I'm just trying to be real and raw. And I don't know, I'm super excited. I mean, it makes me even more excited. Yes, it was heavy stuff, but it was all good, heavy stuff. I met some other single people there, and the two girls that I did talk to, or women that I talked to, were both adopting. So it is a little bit different, but ultimately it's still, we don't have someone that's going to be here to help us. So it's different than if you're going through this with a companion. And obviously, yes, I'll have, my sister that's close by, and my family support, and my friends support, and all of that, but ultimately I'm doing it alone. So it was nice to connect with them. We exchanged numbers and Facebook, and it was really good. But anyways, I'm gonna go. This one does not need to be nearly as long as the last one, so I will keep you on track. Next week I'm doing week 3 and 4, and then I only have 3 more classes, y'all. I'm like almost halfway done. It's crazy. I did learn today that of the timeline, so they want you to be licensed within 60 days of the end of your class. So my last class, I believe, is August 10th. It's the second Saturday in August. I think it's the 10th. And so my 60 days starts there. So yeah, so that's super exciting. Anyways, all right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.